Srimad Bhagwad Gita, chapter 3, sloka 38. Ritu Bhabhi, we will do the chanting. Dhumena
Dhumena
vriyate vanhir
क्रियते वह्निर्
yatha darsho
यथा दर्शो
malena cha
मलेन च
yatholbe
यथोल्बेन
navrito garbhas
नावृतो गर्भस्
तथा तेने
तथा तेने
दमावृतम.
रमावृतम्
श्लोका 39. आवृतम
आवृतम्
ज्ञानमेतेन
ज्ञानमेतेन
ज्ञानिनो
ज्ञानिनो
नित्यवैरिणा
नित्यवैरिणा
कामरूपेण
कामरूपेण
कौन्तेय
कौन्तेय
दुष्पुरेणा
दुष्पुरेण
नलेन च.
नलेन च.
Thank you. Now we'll do the meaning part. Shloka 38. Dhumena, by smoke. Avriyate is covered. Vanihi, fire. Yatha, just as. Adrasha, mirror. Malena, by dust. Cha, and. Yatha, just as. Ulbina, by the womb. Avrita is covered. Garbha, embryo. Tata, similarly. One minute. Tena, by that desire, idham, this, avritam is covered. So here Sri Krishna ji is saying, just as smoke covers fire, dirt covers a mirror, and a womb covers a fetus, so does this desire cover that wisdom. So Sri Krishna ji is giving examples what is desire and how does the desire covers the wisdom of a person. So Sri Krishna ji gives a very simple example that anger and desire hides the wisdom of a person. So a highly intelligent person's wisdom will be hidden if that person is filled with great amount of anger and desire. So basically anger and desire are very dominant. So if you have more of anger and desire, your wisdom will be covered with that because anger and desires are very dominating. They will dominate your wisdom. So we have many great examples of great people who were very great people and their wisdoms was very high, but the anger and the desires were too high of them. Like Ravan we can take, Kans we can take. They were very great person, but their desires were unlimited. They had so much of anger. Because of that, their wisdoms were hidden. They were highly intelligent. They were very high intelligent persons, but no use because their anger and desire dominated them so much and they got destroyed in a very bad way. So many intelligent people of real world are considered as villains or negative people due to the anger and greed taking over their own wisdom. So, what do we understand from this? That wisdom is like good quality, intellect, and anger, greed, and desire is like bad quality intellect. है ना? So, a good person will have the wisdom quality controlling the bad quality intellect, and vice versa. So, it depends on us, like what should control us. Either the anger or desire should control us, or the wisdom should control the anger or desire. So we need to control our desires and anger. So it is not at the small level, it is at the high level, very big level. So at the small level itself, we should control it so that it doesn't grow big. Anger or desire are what? It is like a small baby. Initially, it will be very small, but gradually it will start growing and becoming big, big, big. And when it becomes too big, so it is very dangerous for a person. Na? So we learn here that we need to control the anger and desire, and Sri Krishna ji has given the example of a womb, how a womb covers the fetus, and how the smoke covers the fire, and how the dirt covers the mirror. If you don't clean your mirror frequently, there will be layer of dust and you cannot see. What do we do with the mirror? We can see ourselves, you know? But if we don't clean it, there will be a thin layer of dust and we cannot see ourselves. The same way, if the desire and anger start growing and it will cover the wisdom, then even if you are intelligent, you are a wise person, then it is a no use. Because your anger and desire is ruling your wisdom, and then that person becomes a bad person and the intellect becomes bad. Understood? So we learn to control our anger and desire. Okay, Usha Baji, please.
So here the Krishna is saying that we should control our anger and desires. Otherwise, the we cannot clear the wisdoms. We cannot have the wisdom what we want. And here the Krishna is also giving the example of smoke and fire. That how smoke is covered the fire, and womb, how the womb is covered the fetus, and how the dirt covers the mirror. So same way our anger and our desires covers the wisdom. So see Krishna is saying that please always be control our desire and anger to have the wisdom.
Thank you. Akriti.
So Lord Shri Krishna is telling again and again. I didn't understand all the examples. I understood one example. So he's telling that just like how the dust covers the mirror, like if we don't clean the mirror, the dust will cover the mirror and we can't see ourselves. So like that also, anger and desires are very bad for one person. It starts off like a tiny baby, but then if it keeps growing, it gets more and more dangerous. So the anger and desire covers all the wisdom in ourselves.
Good, very good. You didn't understood the other two examples.
No.
Why? Smoke covers the fire. So when a fire is lit, not the small one, if the huge fire, like now in abroad, no, the fire is broke down. So what happened when the huge fire is there? Smoke comes out through the fire, and it's very huge. It will cover the fire itself. You cannot make out that inside that smoke fire is also there. Understood? It is the huge fire, not the small fire or not the diya your granny must be lighting in front of God morning and evening. Not that. Here it has been talking about the huge fire. Generally, it will be in forest. In the no summers, when forest will catch fire. So that time, what happens? More if the fire is this much, the smoke will be triple of no 10 times more the smoke, and the smoke will cover the fire itself. Understood? That is one example. And womb covers a fetus. Womb is what? The stomach. Fetus is the baby inside it. You have seen a pregnant lady, it will be with stomach. So there is a baby inside it. So it is called as fetus. So here Sri Krishna ji is saying that the baby is covered with the womb, the stomach. Able to understand now? So same way the
Yes.
wisdom is the baby and that womb is the desire and the anger. Understood now?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Ritu Babi, your turn.
So Krishna is saying that the wisdom in every person is covered by desires and anger. So just like a mirror is covered by dust, and then we are not able to see see our reflection. Similarly, a wise person's wisdom is also hidden by his anger and desires. So, in order to be happy, we should reduce anger. We should not have anger or desire. Then only our true wisdom will be reflected.
Very good. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Now we'll move to Shloka 39. Avirtam covered, Jnanam knowledge, Etana by this, Jnanina of the wise, Nityavarina by the eternal enemy, Kamarupena in the form of desires, Kaunteya is the another name for Arjun, Dushpurena never ending or unstoppable, Anelena like fire, Cha and. So here Sri Krishna ji is saying the knowledge or wisdom of even the most intelligent person get covered by this perpetual enemy in the form of desire, which is never satisfied and burns like a never ending fire. So now Sri Krishna ji is talking about the desires. So Sri Krishna ji is saying that it is he has used so many different terms of enemy word. He is the greatest enemy, he is the very very big enemy. Now he is telling perpetual enemy. So basically desires are very dangerous for a person. So one has to control the desires. It can be in any way, desire can be in any form. So it depends on the person to person, what are their desires. It can be any form. So basically, desires need to be controlled because desire never gets satisfied. Once our one desire is fulfilled, we will get four more desires. Then we will get, it keeps multiplying. It is not adding, it is multiplying. So Sri Krishna ji is saying, control your desires because it never satisfied and it is like a never ending fire. Why never ending fire? Because fire spreads very fast. We have to be really careful, right? It has been said, be careful with the fire, it spreads very fast. So, same way, desires also, we need to be careful, it spreads very fast. So, Lord Sri Krishna calls the kama. Kama is desire, krodha is anger, as eternal enemy and never ending fire. Eternal is everlasting. So a person must stay away from these two, else they both will be the best enemy for any person. Wisdom and growth path. So that desire and anger will not let the person grow. It will pull you down because in anger person cannot do it's not in the stable mind, it is not in a stable intellect, and they do something wrong. And desire, to fulfill the desire, the person can do anything wrong just to fulfill that desire, and it cause many harm. No, the person is not happy, full of no anxiety, depression. So many things are related with that uncontrollable desires and anger, which affects the person plus person's family as well, because others are also affected. We stay in family, we don't stay alone. We all stay in a family. So what happen if we are upset? Family members will also be not feeling good. Why you are upset? If we are anger, we will throw our anger on our rest of the family members, and to fulfill their desires we may harm someone else. So basically lot of bad impact is there because of the desire and wisdom. So one needs to really control it. Be satisfied in your life, be content, be happy. This is what the message of Sri Krishna ji. Okay, Akriti, did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. Music queen.
So Lord Krishna is telling now he's talking about desires. So desire will after we fulfill one, he'll keep growing more, four of them, and then five of them. Will keep growing. So he's giving example of a fire. Sometimes in a forest there's a fire, and that fire spreads very quickly. So like that also the desire spreads very quickly. After we fulfill one more and one more will come.
Very good. Thank you. Ritu Abhi.
Yes, Krishnaji here says that desires are not like you think I will fulfill this desire and after that I will be a saint. It doesn't happen that way. Desires are never ending. Once you attain one, another bigger one comes and it grows growing in size. So he's saying it's like a never ending fire. So you should not think of fulfilling some desires and then stopping. You should totally eliminate desires to be happy. Then only you'll be truly happy.
Thank you. Vishakhaji.
Here Sri Krishna is saying that you should always be satisfied in yourself and you should avoid any type of desires you have. So you can control your desires and so that you will be happy. And here he is giving the example of fire, like desires are spreading like fire very quickly. So we should one control our desires, not the fulfilling of desires, because desires are multiplying by each time. So we should always control our desires, don't fulfill our desire. Does we have to go on the wisdom path.
Thank you. Thank you so much.